everybody, this is Eric Worre and welcome to networkmarketingpro.com. I'm here in downtown Chicago packing up my daughter from her first year in college at the Burnham Hotel. If you ever happen to be downtown in Chicago, the Burnham Hotel is really a cool little spot. Great view, as you can tell. But today, what I want to talk about, I've been hearing a lot of people asking, how do I prospect, how do I get out there and talk to people about the opportunity. So we're going to start a series of shows talking about that subject. And the first thing I want to talk to you about is there's this huge limiting belief that I hear all the time, and that's when people say, well, you know what? The people get involved and that are successful in network marketing, they must know a lot of people. I just don't know that many people. And because I don't know that many people, you know what? I don't know if it's for me. And it's such a limiting belief. There's this myth out there that in order to be successful, you must know a lot of people. And here's what I will tell you. That myth is untrue. Finding people to talk to is a skill, just like any other skill that you need to develop. And it is a skill that I learned to develop. And there are three different kinds of people when it comes to approaching our business. The first group are the posers. These are the people who, they never even make a written list of people to talk to. They make a mental list of 3, 4, 5, 6 people to talk to, and then they go approach those people really poorly, and depending on the results of that mental list, what those people, their first impressions were, that will determine whether or not that person stays in the network marketing profession. Really bad business plan. If you're going to add that to any business plan in the world, your results are virtually guaranteed. It's such a long shot for you to go out there with such low skill, such a terrible business plan, and be able to have success. Some people do, and that keeps them going in the game for a little while longer, but most people don't, obviously. The second group of people after the posers are the amateurs, which I was at the beginning. And here's what an amateur does. An amateur makes a list, and they write it down, which is a good thing. Writing down a list takes it out of your brain, puts it on paper, and we're going to talk about that in the next couple shows, the best ways for you to be able to expand your list and build your list. But what amateurs do is they make a list of, let's say, 100 people, and then that is their business. That is their entire blueprint for success in their business. And they immediately start to drain the list. And as the list goes down, their anxiety goes up, because if they run out, then the business is over. You know, that's what I did. I made a list of, everybody I could think of, and then I started going through the list. People said no, some people said yes, some people said no, and down it would go, and down it would go, and down it would go, and I started to panic, because if I ran out, then what was I going to do? I didn't know, where else I would go from there. And I remember it took me about 2 or 3 years for me truly to absolutely exhaust my list. And I thought my business was over. I was 25, 26 years old. And I thought my entire career was done because I'd run out. I literally, anybody that I knew had either said yes, no, not now, look, you've called us 10 times, enough already. Whatever it was in my kind of youthful ambition and exuberance, I'd run out. And then I learned out of necessity, because I wanted to really, I really wanted this badly for my life and for my career. I learned what the professionals do. And here's what the professionals do. And we're going to talk about this, like I say, in the next couple shows. But I want to just highlight for you. There's posers, make a mental list, drain the list really fast. Either they get success or failure. The amateurs make a written list, drain the list, and as it goes down, when it goes down, either they have success or they don't. And then the professionals make a list, and they start talking to people on that list, but then they learn how to constantly add to the list. Professionals are always finding ways to add 2, 3, 4 people every single day to their list, so they never ever run out of people to talk to. And I'm going to teach you, actually tomorrow's show, I'm going to teach you exactly 5 ways for you to be able to approach your contact database in a way that you will never run out of quality people to talk to in a professional way. So I hope that has your interest, because that's what the professionals do. They make a list, and then that list never, ever runs out. They always have way more people to talk to than they even have time That's what professionals do, and that's what I'm going to help you become. What the professionals develop is an active candidate list, an active and growing candidate list, and that's what I'm going to teach you how to create. So those 5 ways, look on tomorrow's show, those 5 ways in order to be able to create that active and growing candidate list. I'm going to cover all 5 ways. So, question of the day. How many people are currently on your written list? As you watch this right now, don't cheat. How many people are currently on your written candidate list? Put that number in the comment section below this show, okay? Be honest, and then we'll show you how to grow it from there. So ladies and gentlemen, here's my wish for you as always, is that you decide to become a network marketing professional, that you decide to go pro. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a better way. Let's go tell the world. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, this is Eric Worre, and welcome to NetworkMarketingPro.com. I'm back from Chicago. Moved my daughter back from her first year in college. And yesterday we talked about this concept of how do you build a never-ending prospect list. What's the difference between a poser, an amateur, and a professional? And I promised you today that we would cover the 5 steps to creating a never-ending list of prospects and people to talk to. And I might get to the 5 steps today. I probably won't. I'm of the feeling that we'll probably end up with 2 of the 5 steps, and I'll cover the other 3 tomorrow. But let me talk to you about this idea of an active candidate list. It's so different. Remember posers yesterday? They have this mental list of a handful of people. Amateurs make a list and they start to drain the list immediately and their anxiety goes up. Professionals make a list and they start going through the people on the list, but they continue to expand that list over and over and over. This active candidate list is in that 3rd category of living, breathing, ever-expanding list of people to talk to. And I want to teach you how to be able to find a group of people to talk to all the time, every day, at will, without ever having to spend money on leads, without having to do cold market advertising, without having to talk to strangers every day. And I know that that might offend some of the people, some of my friends online that sell products and services around these lead programs. They're selling leads, they're doing these different things. I don't think it's necessary. And frankly, most of the professionals that I talk to, I think everybody's probably dabbled a little bit with leads and they've dabbled a little bit with cold market, but none of the professionals, I'm talking about the $1 million plus earners, have really made their fortunes in that arena. What they've made their fortunes in the arena of is this active candidate list, this growing candidate list. So I want to teach you how to be able to do that. And I know also that some of you might be afraid to talk to people on the list that you might create. And I'm going to help you get over your fear. But today, that's not about that today. Today we're going to be talking about the first 2 of 5 steps to creating a never-ending prospect list. In future shows, and I'm talking about the next week to 10 days or so, I'm going to teach you how to be able to kind of game plan to come up with a strategy to talk to different people and do it in a way that's comfortable and do it in a way that's effective. Okay? So, you with me? Are you ready to go? Let's talk about the 5 steps to never-ending prospects. 5 steps. And I think I'm going to cover the first 2. The first one is I'm going to recommend that you do something that's a little bit old school, and that is to get a journal for your list. I want to ask you not only take it out of your head, but take it off of the legal pads, take it off of the little backs of envelopes, take it even out of your computer, because I know some of you are in love with that, and put it into something that is hard, is tactile, that is more permanent, and something that you can have with you at all times. So this really will do a great service for you. If you take it out of your phone and take it out of your computer and take it off of all those pads and put it into something that feels good, that feels solid, and is will be with you at all times. Will be really excellent. That might sound like a small thing, but it's a big thing. Please do that as quickly as possible. Go get a journal. You can get them anywhere. And start putting people into that book. So that's number 1, surprisingly. Number 2 is also a little bit old school, but I'm going to walk you through some of the nuances of it. And that is to create a really thorough, comprehensive list of all your existing contacts. And I mean really comprehensive, from all sources, every source that you could possibly think of. Once you have this little journal, and don't wait till you get the journal. You can start on a legal pad and then transfer it to the journal, but start tonight or start today. All sources, every source you can think of, birthday lists and Christmas card lists and every holiday list around the world, a list of people you invited to your wedding or invited to a party, every source, every place you've ever worked before, every place you've ever gone to school before, every person that's related to you at all, anybody you've ever done business with, every single contact that's in your phone or phones, if it's in a household, in your computer, everything. Transfer all of it into your journal. Even your social media contacts. Once you've really created a contact and it's not just some make-believe thing, transfer it into this journal. And I'm going to talk to you tomorrow at the beginnings of how do you work with social media contacts versus what I would call warmer market contacts, people that you know personally and you spend time with face-to-face. So all of this, and I'm going to ask you, while you're doing this, don't prejudge. Don't say this person would do it and this person wouldn't. Take the person that you're most afraid to call, put them in the book. Take the most negative person you know, put them in your book. The person that you wouldn't want to join your business no matter what, put them in the book. It's just your exercises to empty your brain on paper inside this journal. And you'll find that as you do it, as you write down a name, you go, oh, that reminds me, because your brain can only hold so many at one time, and it'll release, and you'll be able to think of 10 or 20 more, and then 10 or 20 more, and 10 or 20 more. Empty your brain out on paper, and you'll find that this process, once you start, it's work. It really is work. And one of the things that worked really, really well for me is here in the United States, I pulled out a Yellow Pages, like a phone directory, and I'm sure they have that in different places around the world. And in the beginning, in the index, they talk about all the different professions. They start with A, and accountants, and B for bookkeepers, and C for construction, and D for whatever, E for electricians. And you start thinking about all these different people that you might know. Who's the tallest person you know? Who's the shortest person that you know? Who's the skinniest person you know? The fattest person that you know? And it's not about whether or not they're going to join the business or if you're even going to talk to them. The exercise is to create your personal database. Your personal database. And to make it a living, breathing, growing thing. Okay? So number one, get the journal. Number two, an exhaustive, comprehensive list of your existing contacts. And don't spend too much time. If you only have a name, put the name down. You get the phone number or email later. If you have a name and phone number, don't worry about the email. You'll get that later. Just get them into your book. Does that make sense? All right. Tomorrow, here's what I want to talk about tomorrow. I'm going to talk about the third, fourth, and fifth way. How you can, through living your daily life, how you can through strategy and design, and how you can through social media expand this list exponentially and do it in an effective way. Okay, so if that holds an interest for you, what I'm going to suggest is that you get your journal, start with your existing list, and then tomorrow I'm going to talk to you about living on purpose, social media, and active searching for quality people and ways to do that. Okay, so question of the day. Are you a person who is looking for a shortcut in order to succeed in network marketing? Or are you willing to work? That's a decision, ladies and gentlemen. So here's my wish for you. My wish is that you decide to become a network marketing professional, that you decide to go pro. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a better way. Let's go tell the world. Till tomorrow, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, this is Eric Worre, and welcome back to networkmarketingpro.com. And we're talking about building an active candidate list. Yesterday we talked about the first two steps to creating never-ending prospects, and that's number one, to get a journal, some physical kind of tool to be able to put all your contacts into. And second is to do this comprehensive list of all your existing contacts through all the different methods. And I hope you started with that process. I hope you started. Today we're going to talk about the third, fourth, and fifth, as promised, ways to continue to develop this list. The third is called living on purpose. And what that means is all of you, as you go through your daily life, you meet people, you interact with people, you connect with other people, and most do not have a sense of awareness as far as what's happening when they make a connection with another human being. Living on purpose means this: you're going to be aware of these interactions, and when somebody gives you good service, or someone is nice to you in business, or you meet somebody at lunch, you're going to get their contact information. Just get their contact information. Don't be one of those people that's aggressive and pushy and grabbing somebody saying, hey, come take a look at my business. I will tell you, I rarely approach somebody right away when I meet them and get their contact information. Even if I think that they would be great, I rarely approach them in that initial setting. I get their contact information, put it into my journal, and then I create a game plan for contacting them in a way that I think will be most effective. In other words, I control the environment when that happens. So this is just a game plan of basically starting your day and deciding every day you're going to figure out a way to add 2 people to this list. You're going to just add 2 contacts to this list in living your life. Somebody's nice to you, compliment them, get their contact information, put it into your journal. Somebody gives you good service at the restaurant, compliment them, get their contact information. If it's appropriate, let them know that it's not a come on, you're not trying to hit on them or whatever. Make sure that they feel comfortable. Let them know that you have a business that might hold an interest for them. You can get their contact information, something that will make them feel comfortable, and then write it down in the book and be done with it. And later on, you come up with a game plan. If you meet somebody at lunch, or you meet somebody you haven't seen in a while and they're not in the list yet, just try and raise your awareness every single day. 2 a day is 700 a year. 700 a year going into this book is going to create a great situation for you as you continue to move down the road. It's much better than draining the list and being done with your business. So that's number 3, living on purpose. Living on purpose. Raise your awareness, and as you get out in the world, make connections with other people in the world. Add those connections to your journal. Number 4 is actively searching. Living on purpose is kind of this passive. You're going out in the world, but as you're living your life, you're meeting people and you're getting contact information. The active searching is for you to be able to change and grow, and we are a networked business and we're a networked world. You're going to maybe have to do some things that you haven't done before. What does that mean? You might have to join some social groups, join a new health club, go to some networking events, meet some people. There's a great book by a friend of mine called Keith. His name is Keith Ferrazzi. The book is called Never Eat Alone. Get this book. It's a great networking book. And I would suggest that you do that. I mean, if you're going to go out, never eat alone. And if you're eating with somebody, eat with somebody else. Meet new people. Get out there. Go make it happen. Seek leaders. Look for people who are the best in their business, the best in their field. Look for top achievers. And tell them, I'm looking for top achievers. What for? Now's not the time. I'll talk to you about it later, but I'm looking for people who are the best in their business. And actively go out there, deciding that if you're going to become a network marketing professional, this is part of what we do. People sort of say, well, I just don't know anybody. And I just say, what difference does that make? That makes no difference whatsoever. Who cares? What you have to do is you have to get better. You have to meet people. You have to go out there and make something happen. You can't just sit there and wait for success to knock on your door. Success doesn't do that. You've got to go out there and do something that you haven't done to get something that you don't have. Okay? Really simple. So, 3 is living on purpose. 4 is actively searching for quality people and deciding that you're going to go out into the world, get uncomfortable, and meet some people and add them to your journal. Number 5 is social media. Social media. Okay, so many people involved in social media. Facebook and Twitter and MySpace and all these different social media platforms. And I will tell you, there are so many network marketing idiots online today. It makes me so uncomfortable and it makes me so upset because, and I will tell you, I don't believe that I believe that they're idiots, but most of them are innocent in their ignorance. I don't know if that makes sense. What they're doing is they're going out there, they're just so passionate. Oh, this could be the key. This could be the shortcut. Think of all the people that I could bring into my business. Oh, this is so exciting. And they go out there and they really give our profession a bad name. I mean, they're just out there hounding on people. Hi, I'd like to be your friend. Now let me tell you about my business. You know, hi, you know, would you like to take a look at my business? And you've never even asked to be my friend. I don't even know you. It's so wildly inappropriate. Even in auto responses on things like Twitter. Oh, thank you for following me. You know, come join my business. I think, whatever, man. And here's the ticket. I will tell you, social media is a great way for you to actively search for quality people around the world. Not only in your local area, but outside of your, 100 miles from you. Even around the world, on the opposite side of the earth, you can find somebody and develop a friendship, develop a relationship with them. But here's the secret. Don't use the medium as a way to prospect. In other words, if you meet somebody on Facebook, don't prospect them on Facebook. If you meet somebody on Twitter, don't prospect them on Twitter. If you meet somebody on MySpace, don't prospect them on MySpace. Meet them, yes. Make friends, yes. Talk to them, yes. But then if you want to approach them about your business, do that offline. Do that away from the social media platform. Because if you do it inside the social media platform, you're going to get blacklisted. No one's going to want to be your friend. You're just that kind of a boorish person that is at the party that just sits there and tries to recruit everybody in the room while everybody's hanging out, having a party. That's what social media is a place. It's kind of a cocktail party where everybody can hang out and get to know each other, okay? So get to know people, add them to your journal, and then work out a game plan to be able to approach them in a respectful way. And in future shows, I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that in ways that are appropriate, comfortable. You'll still be friends when you're done. It's not going to make you feel kind of ugly. So those of you who, in your ambition and your wild exuberance in social media, that are using that as a platform to prospect, you know you're not getting the results that you thought you would get. So just stop doing it. Make friends. Be a real human being. Add people that you really get to know into your journal, and then we'll work out a game plan together on how you can approach them respectfully to take a look at your business or your product. Okay? Does that make sense? Please don't be one of those online idiots, and there's so many of them out there on the internet today. So, to recap the last 2 days, 1, get a journal. Number 2, a comprehensive, exhaustive, existing contact list. 3, living on purpose and adding 2 people a day to your journal. 4, an active search of quality people. And 5, social media. How to use it, how not to use it in order to be able to be successful. So, I hope all this is helpful to be able to add to your list. You should have a really great, robust, comprehensive list. In future shows, the next couple shows I think you're going to find fascinating. I'm going to talk to you about why prospects lie. Yes, why prospects lie, and how to manage your emotions inside of the prospecting process, okay, which is one of the most important things you're going to need to learn. Question of the day: how hard are you prepared to work in order to be able to achieve your dreams in the network marketing profession? Ladies and gentlemen, my wish for you is that you decide to become a network marketing professional, that you decide to go pro. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a better way. Let's go tell the world. Till tomorrow, have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.